Good morning, guys. A little bit earlier than usual, which is good. So I've got more time to chat, which you probably don't like. But look, you will notice there's prices next to the selections. These aren't the current odds at the moment. This is, I didn't put them in last week and I put them in the week before. It's pretty important. This is our maximum price. If they, if these horses exceed that price, if the bookies are offering you bigger than these prices I've given you next to the horse selections, they're not a selection anymore. Definitely not for a full unit. You can just sort of put a peanut on them. So, look, a lot of people have minimum prices. I do have minimum prices. A lot of horses I've left out. I've only sort of tipped you what I think's value. So already, all these horses, I think they're around the right price. So we don't really have a minimum price. And a lot of people don't have a maximum price, but we really believe in the maximum price more than the minimum price, because even though we've done all the work, we love the horse, we love the profile. It's got the rating patterns. It's rated on top for us. It looks like it's got everything. Still, the parade, the track bias changing during the day. Although again, we think we know how the tracks are going to play. It can change, and I can't update you during the day and stuff like that. So it's just that last tick of the form to have the market on our side. So those maximum prices, they're really important. They're part that's the part of the selection, the tip to you guys. They've got to be within that price. Um, what else was I going to say? Um, yeah, I know a lot of uh, tipping services. They just tip you the horses, tell you how much to put on, and it's very robotic. Like, I like to tell you why we've got this horse. I want you to know why we've selected this horse, the reasoning behind it. So that might give you extra confidence, and at least you know why we've selected this horse. I'm very passionate about the game. I've been on the racetrack since a little kid. Started punting quite seriously at the age of 16. That's pretty scary. 35 years ago. 35 years of some serious punting under my belt. And before 16, I grew up on the racetrack. So, and my dad was a punter around the bookmakers and around the horse stalls, etc., etc. So, I do have a lot of experience, and I think it's important you know why we selected. You might lack confidence. You might not quite agree why we've selected this horse, and you might not like it as much. The reasons why we're behind the horse. So I think it's important. And Win Ahead's all about engagement. It's more than just tipping horses. As you know, we've got our own racehorse for the members. We give prizes away. There will be events. So, but at the core, what we take very seriously is our tipping service as well and our selections. So that still doesn't make us less serious than anybody else. And like I said, I have got a fair bit of experience. I've been back in the game for about 2 years. I've had my own business, had a family. But before that, like I said, I've been punting quite heavily 16. Probably went professional around 24, 25. I worked under Mark Reed with Mark Reed in Darwin when it was illegal to have phone betting in all the other states other than Northern Territory. So I lived up there and uh, worked what now has become Sportsbet. So I've got a lot of experience. I've got a lot of experience, and I know you guys are asking for staking plans. I quite still don't get it right myself with the staking plans, guys. So, but we've almost been going 2 years, and a year nice and solid, showing some good units. So I'll run it through. We might those who want a staking plan. We will have one probably in another 4 or 5 months. I think that we've got enough data on our type of horses. So, all right, let's run through these selections. Um, let's go. Sandown race 4. Let's get it up on the stage. All right, those who listened last night, it's King Zephyr. I'm not going to go over it too much. We did go over it last night. Uh, race 4, number 1. Charles knows the horse really well. I don't think it's giving much weight to its dangers, who are Ray Koki, Blake Shin, 58.5. They're equalled. I don't think these horses are equal. And Just a Deal as well, 56.5. I think Just a Deal, well, that's been winning fresh. I still think it's a mile horse, and maybe they just held it back because they've got something else in mind. And I don't know. I'm not. It is one of the dangers because it's got potential, but I don't see it really threatening. And Rakoki was a horse that we had under our radar. We thought had a bit of potential, was disappointing, and suddenly it's popped up with a big win. So, but it's shown it's inconsistent. So, King Zephyr, they put the money on first up. Loves this track and distance. It was a great run first up. Don't think it handled the valley. I think it was a bit fresh, a bit keen. I just love the way it hit the line. And if everything goes right, he'll be awfully hard to beat, King Zephyr. All right, let's go to Sandown race 5. I don't really have a tip here because I don't think the market is good. The market's not good here. I will tell you, I backed for Monte. I got around $8 and I'm on it. But I got 3 or 4 chances in here, and I'm just going to stay on for more, and that's it. We've got a funny race here. I really don't like Bakash. I'm against it, and it's taking up a lot of the market at $3.50. Look, Navy Pilot and Famoy rate pretty big for us. Navy Pilot, it wasn't just off its last run. Identified this horse in Queensland, wants more ground, and boy, was it a cracking run first up. But it's drawn the inside. Logan Bates, who I rate, but inside it might be a little bit nasty, but I really like the horse. I think it's going to run a big race here. For Moy, I think it's got a lot of potential and it'll be hard to beat. But now around the $5. So those 2 horses around $5. And you got this horse, Regal Award, where definitely it's got a lot of potential. And the apprentice is on. It's just going to go hard in front with 51 kilos and be hard to run down. So, and that number 4, Bussett and Luke Curry, I'm not too keen, but a few people are tipping it. So, got to respect the market on Bakash. Regal Award down in the weight, even though we rate Navy Pilot and Famoy Hoy highly, this horse down in the weights and fit, Regal Award, really respect it. So the market's just not letting us on here, guys. It's not letting us on. But I think the main chances, Navy Pilot, Famoy, and Regal Award. I am on Famoy. I'm happy to take that price. And if Navy Pilot beats me, Regal Award beats me, fair enough. But good race. Good race. All right, let's get down to our selections. This seems a lot more simpler. Sandown race 6. I don't probably even need to open his form. We took about 380. It's 340. Ole Dancer. I mean, this is a horse, 3 starts, 2 wins. It had everything against it at Moonee Valley. They kept it tight in the markers. How's it going to win from there? Huge run. Blake Shin, I know it's drawn a bit wide. Maybe that's why it's around $3.40, but who should we be scared of here? I think Salty Pearl is okay horse, but it got a lovely run but behind the winner, Alpha Sophie. So got a lovely card in the race. It probably wants further than the 1400, 1600. I just think Ole Dancer's got all the ticks, and there's nothing much to beat. So that's value. Like, you're asking to take 340 Regal Award. It's down the weight. You've got the Prentice Jockey, and you've got those good horses. Okay, they've got to give it weight, and you're taking the same price, Ole Dancer. So I think I really like Ole Dancer, as you can tell. We're not going to show any videos today and go into real depth. Sandown race 7 was umming and ahhing here. I do think Transatlantic is the clear top horse on top. It was a great run. This horse is going well. It's just that real tough gelding that seems to be getting better and better. It really, went Melbourne way of going and went great behind Cafe Millennium first up. and Rise at Dawn, who's gone to Sydney now. So Evaporate, you got to respect, but this horse is up and running really well. It's probably getting a little bit tight. Look, I let it go first up, even though, and it's got good second up form, except this start here, where I thought it raced a bit flat, but it was against War Machine. It did have a wide gate. You can forgive it. A rating pattern, even though it's got 4 starts for 3 wins second up, I am a little bit with that wide barrier and going in front. El Rocco will be running him along. Don't want to take too much short at Transatlantic. It's just, we still got on top of its ratings and its form, so I still have to have it. But I do have a slight niggling doubt about second up having another hard run. So I'm confident, but I'm not as confident as Ole Dancer. And then in the last race, Globe. Globe. Well, guys, and this is a price 320. I don't know why they're letting us on at 320. I cannot express to you guys how well this horse is going. 13 starts, this horse had some problems, and I went on the 23rd of November 24. It went a 1.4 rating above average. It hit a benchmark after that run, just regressed a bit. Our projections say potentially this horse can go 3.5 above average. And we still believe this horse can rate really high. So this is a horse that's got the ratings and hasn't come back well from a spell. That first run, first up, it went +1 and it carried weight and duelled with the other runner. I think it might have been Hard to Cross, who's in this race. It was hard and fit. And I just thought that was a massive run. I'm giving Hard to Cross 5 kilos. And then second up, I was really worried about it running flat, and it regressed a little bit. It went from a +1 above average to land on average, to equal average benchmark, which is fair enough. And boy, they went hard then. Wasn't that a run? So it loves Sandown. It's third up. I think it's going to bounce off that second run +1. It might go +2, +3. So if I was pricing this horse, I'd be pricing it around 220. Really, listen, guys, there's no good thing, and gamble response, there is no good things. They're animals, whatever, but I do believe this is the best overlay. It should be 220. Again, this is very much like Plymouth, where there's possibly one danger you can save on, and they've got good enough odds to save on, and that's Wootton Verney. We don't know how it's going to win Melbourne going. It's a very similar to the Plymouth race where who did we tell you? Chasing Aphrodite was an international second campaign, and Chasing Aphrodite got close to Plymouth, didn't it? So this horse, I know they've got a lot of time for this horse. Second campaign, steps up now from the 1600 to the, 1800. It still might want longer, but this run here was quite good over the mile with 59.5. It drops 4 kilos. I did the video footage. Wootton Verney, it went up after having a soft run, went up and didn't run through the line. And I went, that's a no-no. Don't like it. It should have kept running through the line, but it was when it went up to another horse, it wouldn't pass it, and they've taken the actual blinkers off. And it might have just saw that horse last minute and shied and stopped. So they've taken the blinkers off. If that works, Wootton Verney, even though it didn't look good on the video footage, if taking the blinkers off works, it would have maybe ran through the line. But look, guys, I mean, Jay Child's going to have to time his run really well to Blake Shin, timing Globe in front. And then if Childs has Wootton Verney too close, that horse might not know what the hell's hit him, and he's going to, Pride of Jenny style, and flounder. So when I say there's one danger, it's Wootton Verney, but a lot of question marks on that horse. I'm really keen on Globe. Really keen on Globe, guys. All right. Let's go to race 7. I was umming and ahhing here. I'm on Manaal and Snow and May. Gerringong, it's going to roll along. It's fit. It's a threat, but it's just for us. It's got on 54, -8, -1 above average. It might peak today, admittedly, but it's been up for a while. I know it's had 10 weeks off, but it's not a huge spell. Look, it's a danger here, but I'm happy to take it on because our ratings have it going less. So it's lightly raced. It might jump to benchmark or above, but it's not quite there yet. It's going to be running along. And Manaal has got the score on the board. We've got Manaal. We'll just run through here. Manaal was quite unlucky last prep, these runs. Wide barriers here, really hit the line. Before that, you've got the autumn glow. See this autumn glow? Take notice there's snow in May over the 1400. This is good form line. They rated really high here on the 21st of the 9th. What did we say on the 21st of the 9th? We've got Manaal going a +1, +5, +1, and we like horses that rate consistently. On the 15th of the 3rd, even though it was beaten 3 lengths behind Lady Shenandoah and Firestorm, who carried 51.5 that day, it went +1.5. And then last up went a +2. So this horse has got a good ground of ratings, Manaal. It's got a good barrier. It's got to carry a little bit of weight, but I think it's on the short side, but it should do a +2 or better, and that's going to make it hard to beat. Firestorm, I know it's short on the market, and we like it. It's got a lot of good first up runs, but here's his first up. Beat Dark Lit over 1,300, carrying 54, won a benchmark, Chicken Mojito. This is a different class. Although Firestorm goes really well first up, it's too short in the market. Our ratings say it goes well first up. It doesn't rate its peak first up. So I reckon they got Firestorm a bit too short. And they're all thinking Gerringong's going to go hard, which it is, and it's going to be backmarkers, which is going to suit it. I think Snow in May, barrier to Zachy Lloyd, if he can have this horse closer. This is a forgotten horse, guys. This is a little bit like Globe. It's been injured. They've taken its time on this, time with this horse, and they're ready to go now. They're ready to have a big campaign with Snow in May. Now, this horse, guys, it won in the country, Class 1, and it stepped straight up against Autumn Glow and Manaal. Here, look at these notes here. Could be an Oaks horse. Mate, it gave Autumn Glow a start and matched it the last 6 to 400 and was running through the line. This was Autumn Glow was up and running. That run there, on the 1400 Randwick, here with Rosehill 1400, second up. The horse is second up. So we're talking about a rating pattern here with Snow in May. Then went to the mile and was a bit flat. Probably had enough. So look, what it rated that day against, it rated a +2, and you can see it -2, and then here -2.5. So it hasn't quite done that rating since that +2, but that rating we could put in the bank. It was behind Autumn Glow. Manaal ran third. We know that rating's not an outlier. It's not. Didn't rate on its own with track biases and maybe times, etc. That +2 is a genuine +2. This horse is a +2 horse, even though it's only done it once. Look, it hates wet tracks. It's hit. Look, see, one in Canberra, hit wet track, forgive. This run here was a good first up run. Kind of just feeling lucky. We had to forgive at Moonee Valley yesterday, mate. That they went way too hard in front, those two horses. But the only thing I'd say about Snow in May is that the 1350 to 1400 are probably, I wish it had its first up over 1200, was jumping to 1400, had the freshness. But with Gerringong going in hard, it still might suit. This horse is over the odds, Snow in May. I rate it really highly. It's down on the 54. Well, to put in perspective, Manaal +2 above average, Snow in May +2 above average. It's giving Snow in May gets 4 kilos of Manaal. So I've talked to you, Mark, about that. I think it's a good outsider, Stow and May. It might want a bit further, might be a little bit flat-footed, but at the price, we have to be on there. Let's go to Rosehill Race 8 Skyhook. Listen, guys, here. I'm going to tip you this horse, Skyhook, because it's got... When you do all the form and the assessment, I probably should show you the video. Skyhook's got all the ticks. It's got all the ticks. And one of them being the price. Look, it's around $6, the horse. And when push comes to shove, you sort of have to have this horse on top. The horse has done nothing wrong. It's a big winner at Rosehill on the 15th of March at this track. It did it third up. So there's no surprise. Like, we follow rating patterns. Trainers follow the rating patterns. They know when that horse peaked was third up, and they've got it going third up into their main target, the Golden Rose, which was at Rosehill. So when a benchmark here, it's got a +1 here, a big one on the heavy. This horse, again, is showing us a consistent rater. +1, we got horses here doing +2, but this run here, it was in front of Tempted, got held up. Tempted was in front of it and then made really good ground. We're not keen on horses that are held up from the back and then run. But if you've got to do quicker sectionals early and then end up further back and they've got to go again, like, that's big. Like, that's like being held up from the back and like a rubber band ready to go, fair enough. You should have energy. If you've done no work at the back and you've been held up, you should ping and run for the line. And it's good to see them run for the line. And of course, obviously, they weren't held up. They would have been able to go early. But when you're held up and your main danger, you've been doing quicker sectionals, your main danger is doing less work, which was Tempted, and then you get held up and Tempted pass, and then you come up and make ground. It's a big run. It's a big run. So, and the horse has done nothing wrong. McAvoy, he's not our jockey. He's drawn barrier 5. He doesn't have to do much, just has to jump, be a bit positive. He's going to be one out, one back. That's what I mean. This horse has got all the ticks, and you're getting $6, his top pick. But in saying that, Tempted could be another Lady Shenandoah. It's not good on the map, but I just want to show you our ratings, just so you know. On the 12th of the 4th, we had it running a +3, good filly kid, highest rated 2-year-old. My Gladiator +2, this horse +3, and then comes from a spell +2.5. Ethan Brown, if you notice, just been riding in Sydney just to ride this horse because he wanted to be on the Golden Rose. They haven't drawn a barrier. Horse is $3. We've got a lot of respect, but it's got to have a luck in the run. And the horse that we've tipped here is Skyhook, who has got this form and is going to get a good run. So, but then you've got Autumn Boy. I think Autumn Boy is going to need further than the 1400. They put the blinkers first time. I don't know if that's enough. It's drawn barrier 7. Really respect this horse. Rivellino is going to have his problems. State Visit. Wotan, like this horse, blinkers, inside barrier. This horse had to do a bit of a mid-race sectional as well. I think Skyhook's got the better of it, but again, blinkers on while up peaking. So, as you can see, we've tipped your Skyhook here because it's a big race. You probably want to tip in the Rose. BWOC will give him a side up front as well. But we've got to beat 3-4 horses, great horses here. So, it's at the price, it's good. At the price, it's good. Like, this is Moonee Valley all over again. I've got to tell you guys, like I said earlier, I've been punting for a long time, and I used to love carnival time. I used to bet up then, used to have value. These days, the bookies carnival, they rub their hands together because they know if you're a Tempted fan, you don't care. You're going to love $3. If you're a Woden fan, you're going to love $4.40. If you're, Autumn Boy, you're going to think $5 is the best price. And, people get behind these horses like they're rock stars, and you should. They're great horses. But the bookies are caught on now All the professional punters are gone. They don't have to turn out the horse. Like, they don't have to make Autumn Boy a $6, $7 to get people betting. Back in the old days, 15 years ago, there were the pros around. If they thought Autumn Boy was a $7 chance, they wouldn't touch him at $5. And the bookies were forced to turn the horse out. Now, the young boys, if they love Autumn Boy, they're just going to take $5. They don't care that he should be a $7 chance. So things have changed. There's no value in these big races. And at Moonee Valley, with Lady Shenandoah and all that, that's what happened in those races, especially Moonee Valley, big races, great horses. They're $1 million races. They're running the races hard or whatever. Things happen in the big races as well. So on Skyhook, but I've got to tell you guys, the big races, not like the old days. I used to jump in the big races. The big races when there's, unless there's a real, just you can knock it down to about 2 horses and you got 6-4 and 7-2, or they're the races go into. But these races, you got to learn to stay away. You really do. Rosehill race 10. Sorry I'm blabbing on a bit today, but I know I'm early and you've heard all the other guys talk, and there's not much on now Saturday morning, so you might as well hear me now as well. All right. Rosehill race 10. I really ummed and ahed about this race. I really did. But because I've got 2 horses here, 2 units. We've got Roselyn Stars and Monte Supreme, and we had dangers. Definitely, we had dangers being Chidiac and the favourite. What number is it? Polygot. Now, I'm really happy to tip against them when I really looked at it. I mean, Polygot, this horse is overrated. It's slightly raced, so it might be still hitting these. Where there's smoke, there's fire. It starts short, but what's this horse done? What has Polygot done? It won its maiden on a heavy, Let's Face the Music. Not bad potential, Let's Face the Music, Millie. So it's won a maiden. Ran second to Daggers at the Valley. Then was disappointing at Flemington, Growing Empire. And then it wins a benchmark 72 on a soft. Mind you, it's 2 wins on heavy 8 and soft. Is a good track. And it beat Rantan and Winchester. Ran third to this. What's Polygot done to be at this price at 340? I look, they put the blinkers on. I go, okay, the blinkers going to fight. They have put the blinkers on before. They put the blinkers on here at Caulfield and they didn't work. I thought, okay, Melbourne way of going, maybe forgive, it's a Sydney horse. But look, it did win in Sale and Bendigo and ran this third at Moonee Valley. It's not like it doesn't handle the Moonee Valley. So I don't expect these blinkers to really change the horse. So this horse is overrated. So I'm happy to especially when we've got value, to take on Polygot here. And then I really respect this Chidiac. I'm talking about the horses we're not tipping here because I think that's really important. Chidiac. I really rate this Chidiac. Would it have got out? Again, this is a horse that's been held up, got out, looked unlucky, and they're going crazy on it. But let me tell you, Monte Supreme was flying. They were very confident in this horse when it went, and it really had the race won and went to bed. I mean, Chidiac came up to it. Like Monte Supreme would have had more to offer. Good luck. Plus, okay, let's say Chidiac's a danger. We've got Barrier 1 and we've got Anaropa. Like, she's not bad, but we've got some very good jockeys going to be holding Chidiac 1. Hey, Anna, you're not top notch yet. You're still apprentice. You're claiming 2. The weight looks good, but you're going to be dictated to. You're going to have to be good to get out. So I'm happy to play these horses against these 2 favourites. Here we go. Monte Supreme, changed from L Price to Baker. Very 13 starts, lightly raced. We don't need to tell you that he improves horses. Wins on the heavy, and it didn't have second up form because I wanted to back it here. and I knew the stable liked it, and it profiled well, but second up didn't have new form. I go, well, it's with a new trainer. Well, didn't it win? Won well. Stays at the same weight. This horse is flying. So just watch our maximum prices. Roselyn Star, I'm not as confident, but I felt like you had to have it in. Only 5 starts, got a lot of potential. Zachy Lloyd will be up near the pace. I think this horse is a good track horse. There's its win on the Kenzo, won by 3. So it ends up winning on a heavy. I was really worried about, I don't like horses going from a heavy to a firmer track too early in the prep. And I reckon it ran flat behind Polygot, second up, and it's given it a nice trial. And I think it's a good track horse. And I think it wasn't good second up. That wasn't a good setup. They've given it time, trialled it, and it's back on. We've got Zachy Lloyd. So just watch the maximum prices here. We've got $9. If these horses go further, $9, don't touch them. All right, that's Rosehill. Let's quickly go to Towwoomba, where the race is going to be late. Hopefully we don't need the winners. They just do the right thing. I'll just be really quick here. Queen Air, guys. Walsh by a favourite, but Queen Air, it's all about timing. This horse does peak third up. We've got it down in the weight. These margins here were ticks for us. These runs were ticks to say this horse is on target. Angela Jones, Golan, third up. We'll enjoy the extra distance. It's been going well since Golan's got it. Queensland, come from Melbourne. This horse always had potential. So, yeah, the 550, I think Queen Anne is all about timing and a good price. They're ready to peak. Ready to peak, guys. Let's go to Towwoomba Race 8. Towwoomba Race 8. We could go out in a blast here, guys. Towwoomba Race 8. A lot of people tipping tabs. Our ratings show it's a 1,400. Although they're going to go really hard here. Look at this map here. They're going to go really, really, really quick. Here's Heaven. I like his Heaven. He's a good horse, but we're not tipping him from this barrier. He goes quick too. There's going to be a lot of pace here. We've got horses in the market, Inflictor, that give giggles. Now, this might give Tabs a chance first up because I really believe he likes 1,400. So fresh, he might sprint off this race, and he does rate really highly for us. But like I said, he goes better a bit further in the prep. We're happy to take him on. We've got a Give Giggles. This horse is flying. It rates. We've got about 4 horses that rate all around the same. But look, it's been up for a while. It's obviously responding to these 4 weeks breaks. But it's going to be a pressure cooker, and it's been up for a while. I like that he's giving 28 days between runs. Fair enough, but it has been up for a while. So happy to risk. This horse, Russian Alliance, though Bay Will is not our jockey, $13. This horse we rate, and it loves a fast pace and finishes hard. Our ratings here, we liked it against Miss Rubini. Miss Rubini, Bubba's Bay, it flew home. Better than expected. Best final 600. Like Miss Rubini, guys, that's top form. It goes well fresh. Look at this run. Towwoomba over 1,200 behind Steady Ready on the heavy 10. So this horse rates for us first up. It rates highly. We enjoy the price. We enjoy the pace. And hopefully we enjoy the price. So Russian Alliance is well over the odds, guys. And what's the other number? Exotic Miss, man. This horse has got potential as well. I think the trainer Nolan's, C. Graham, good jockey. I think that the trainer's trying to work this horse out. So am I. But she does go well second up. Again, first up. Here we go, heavy 8 behind Jasmine. This was Towwoomba. Actually, this was this time last year on the heavy. So she's ran the first time, like she's resumed here before in Towwoomba. 1,200 behind Bubba's Bay. And then here, we've got a lot of time for Exotic Miss. What can I say? You go further back here, I'm sure there were some big runs. Look, it's got Towwoomba form, second to Weigel Tiger, won here by 10 lengths over the 1500. That's where we thought it was a miler. And look here, first up, 2.5 Eagle Farm beating Volcanic Love, beat Transatlantic. This is a horse with potential, but they're trying to work it out. And I backed this horse against Floozy on the heavy because it won first up against Manhood. And we're like, well, it's going to improve going up to 1400 and the mile. Look at this. Third of the mile group 3 behind Pooh there. I can't say that horse's name. So this is a very good horse, Exotic Miss. And it could be a fresh horse because I've been caught backing this horse off its fresh run, thinking it should improve going up to the 1400 a mile, and it's been disappointing and it's been hurting me. This time I want to be on it first up. And if it does like 1600, it's going to enjoy this pace. So really like this horse, Russian Alliance. And even though we've got Tavs, we've got some good horses here, I really think Exotic Miss and Russian Alliance are going to give us a great run for our money. They're as good as these other horses in the market. The pace is going to suit. The ratings are as good, but the price is heaps better. So really happy to go out there for our last one. Hey guys, I did blabber on a lot this today, but we had the time. It's still only 9 o'clock and we finished up. Hey guys, have a great day. Be careful. We've had a great run. A lot of you guys joined off of that great run. And then last week we didn't do so well. And our first horse was a winner. And you guys, the ones that joined up during that week, saw what we were tipping, and we did have a great run. I think we had 3 winning weeks in a row there and really good. And then you guys hop on and we tip the first winner, and you think, how good's this guy? He's a freak. There are no freaks. This is a really tough game. It's a slow game. It's a slow burn. Like I said, they don't give you value like it used to. You're just going to have an edge, and that's all it's going to be is an edge. So there's no guys that can win every week, no matter who they are. They all get their runs at different times. So I'm no different than the rest. I feel like I'm as good as anyone, and I feel like we've consistently shown we're getting an edge. What's the best staking plan? I don't know. But what I'm saying, I'm not talking to these confidence with these horses. This is racing game. It's things happen. Things can go wrong, and there's no one out there that's above this game. Not me, not anyone else. So be responsible. Bet in your means, please. It's got to be. We can punt to make profit, but it's still got to be within your means, and you still got to feel good about it. You still got to end the rest of the day. If you had, as we said, there's going to be losing days. If you've had that losing day, this Saturday is that losing day, and we're going to pick it up next Saturday, whatever. You have to feel good at the end of the day and still be in a good mood to go, okay, we're lost, but I didn't lose my shirt. You got to still, I know it's hard, I hate losing, no matter, even if it's what I can afford, I hate losing, right? So it's hard for me to be in a good mood. But if you've lost more than what you can afford, it's ugly, and you don't want that. You don't want that. So take care, be careful. In saying all that, I think we've got some strong selections. So take care. All the best. Enjoy the grand final. Thanks, guys. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.